Hey, what's up guys? I'm BTC. While Moira has been stealing the spotlight for the last couple days, there actually were a bunch of other changes that were happening on the PTR. Some buffs and some nerfs. Now, unfortunately, I don't know if these are on purpose or if they're just bugs. And as we learned with the whole Moira situation, it could be both. Because Moira was intentionally changed to a new targeting system and new mechanics for her attack, but there was also a bug on top of it which made it worse than what it was actually supposed to be. So all of these changes that I'm about to show you, they could either be intentional or they could be a bug, but because Blizzard is so bad with their patch notes, I can't tell you for certain either way. But anyways, here they are. The first one is a buff for Mercy, and it has to do with her Resurrect ability. She now can use the res from a little bit further back. It looks like it's an extra meter or two. So that was the live version, and here is the PTR.
This is not the end.
So here's a side-by-side comparison of the ability being used on the live version and the PTR. So you can clearly see that there is a little bit of extra distance. So because Resurrect is so much more dangerous to use with the cast time and the movement slow, that maybe they decided to give a little bit more distance to the ability to make it a little easier to get those reses off. The next one is a buff for Symetra, and it has to do with the distance that she can target lock onto an enemy. Now, this isn't really a massive thing, and in fact, it seems quite similar to what they did with Mercy, so if it is a bug, it might be related to that. Like, for some reason, certain abilities are just getting extended like an extra meter or two. But as you can see here, the Symetra does have a little bit of extra distance when she's trying to attack an enemy. The next three are going to be nerfs, and it's for Reinhardt, Winston, and Zarya. Now, just like how Mercy and Symetra had something kind of common with their changes, the Reinhardt, Winston, and Zarya change also seems to be pretty similar. Basically, what they did was they removed bunny hopping, or they removed the extra momentum you get from using an ability. So with Reinhardt, if you hopped right after you finished your charge, you would get to keep a little bit of that extra momentum and that speed. For Reinhardt, it's really not that big of a deal because most of the time you're going to end up hitting a wall or an enemy anyways, so the little extra hop doesn't really do much. But for Winston, it actually is a pretty significant thing, because with Winston you could leap, and then once you hit the ground, you could use that momentum to give you a little bit of extra distance, and that was actually pretty important for a Winston player. For Zarya, it's a little bit different. So what you used to be able to do is you could right-click the ground underneath you, and it would kind of propel you up into the air. If you would hold the spacebar while you were in the air, you would get to keep some of that momentum and do like an extra little hop. So basically, Zarya could use this to kind of bunny hop quickly to a location. It wasn't like amazing or anything, but it was a definite speed boost. That seems to be completely removed on the PTR. But what's kind of weird is while they removed the ability to keep that momentum for Reinhardt, Winston, and Zarya, they didn't change it for Mercy, Doomfist, or Moira. So those three characters can still keep their momentum after using an ability and use it to boost them a little bit further. I mean, Mercy was specifically changed a couple patches ago in order to keep that momentum, but like you would expect that Doomfist and Moira would be affected by this change if it was supposed to be for everybody, right? But they're not affected, so I don't know why it affects Reinhardt, Winston, and Zarya and not Doomfist and Moira. So those are all the changes that I'm currently aware of on the PTR. Again, I can't tell you for certain if they're bugs or if it was intentionally changed. You know, when they addressed the whole Moira situation, it would have been nice for Blizzard to also comment on this stuff, because all of these issues are also on the Blizzard forums as well. So, you know, it would have been nice, but unfortunately they didn't. So your guess is as good as mine whether these are bugs or intentional. What do you think about all this stuff? Let me know in the comments. Also, don't forget to check out my Discord server. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. The links are down below. Thanks for watching. Remember, always blame the controller, because it's never your fault. Also, special thanks to all my Patreon supporters for helping to make this all possible. If you'd like to see what kind of cool rewards you can get for supporting the channel, check the links on screen and down below.